Get ready, Staten Island.
The Ferry Hawks are back at SIUH Community Park July 7th to the 12th for a 6-game series against the High Point Rockers. Wednesday, July 8th with first pitch at 6:30. It's Woo Wednesday in collaboration with the Wu-Tang Clan. The Ferry Hawks transform into the Shaolin Hawks. Thursday, July 9th, first pitch is at 6:30. It's Thirsty Thursday with $5 Bud and Bud Light drafts.
Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Graham Platner officially suspended his campaign. What an embarrassment. What a disgusting human being. What a pathetic man. And even in his suspension, withdrawal of his campaign, saying he's going to file the papers so someone else essentially can run now for that seat against Susan Collins. Well, Graham Platner didn't admit anything. No contrition. He was defiant, and he kept blaming everybody but himself. Didn't apologize to the women who have accused him of physical and sexual assault. Didn't apologize to his wife. Didn't apologize to everyone for his despicable comments about veterans, about police, about gays. What about the sexting? What about also trashing so many great individuals? I think about Teddy Daniels, the Purple Heart recipient. Boy, does he deserve an apology from this guy. What about Chris Kyle, who passed away, the great American sniper? I think his wife deserves an apology, Taya Kyle. But yet, Graham Platner on the way out was just as much of a scumbag as he's been from the very beginning. 11-minute video. He pulls over on the side of the road because he's a piece of trash on the side of the road. And so it's fitting that roadside garbage ends with roadside garbage. Here is Graham Platner finally saying what we all knew needed to happen.
And so we're suspending campaign operations. I want to make clear, though, I intend to file my paperwork to withdraw. The process needs to assure that what comes next is reflective of the Mainers who on June 9th turned out and showed that they are desperate for a different kind of politics.
Desperate is a good word to describe Graham Platner. Your reaction tonight to what truly has been, I think, a political earthquake in the sense that this guy ever ran to begin with. The fact that the Democratic Party claims that they sort of vetted him, well, boy, did they miss the mark. And then when they found out all these things about him, even some of the things in the vetting process, like the Nazi tattoo that he had on his chest for 17 years, they still said, this is our guy. This is the guy who is the best person to represent the beautiful state of Maine. That, to me, is such a pathetic new low in American politics. And I don't know if it can get any lower than Graham Platner. Maybe his withdrawal speech is the new low. Because I listened to it tonight. It's 11 minutes long. And he was crying like a little baby at certain points, saying, oh, I feel so bad. But no apology. And then he starts blaming the Democratic establishment. The Democratic establishment who gave this guy who's an oyster farmer, whose only customer is his mother. And here's my prediction, or here's my advice to his wife. Leave, and leave now. Because this guy is one big pile of blank. He is one big pile of trouble. And I don't know why she stayed with him to begin with. She better get the heck out, because I bet he's going to be on his little Kick app sexting potentially underage people, maybe in a matter of minutes, maybe a matter of hours. But it's going to start soon, because this guy clearly has what many people are saying is a history of abuse. And boy, it seems like he's cheated not only Maine voters, he has cheated his wife, and he's cheated a whole bunch of people. This is a whole new low. And this, I think, also will cause insurmountable harm, I think, to the Democratic Party. Tonight, all I kept thinking about is, you deserve this, Democratic Party, because they stayed with him until the polls showed that he might lose to Susan Collins. They ignored it when he had the Nazi tattoo. They ignored it when they saw him doing all this trashing of the veterans and police and everybody else. They were willing to stay with him there, guys. And now tonight, oh boy, we didn't know. We had no idea. And then they're going to do the old switcheroo, just like they did with Joe Biden. Remember putting Kamala in? Same thing with Swalwell. Remember all the women that came forward and a lot of the information that they knew. And yet it wasn't until it looked like he was going to lose in the polls that they decided maybe we got to put this information out there. What about putting the information out there because it needs to be told? Oh, I guess not. You're willing to take anything, including a pile of trash. And that's what I think of Graham Platner. So here's a little bit more about this stunning roadside "I'm withdrawing from the race." And listen to what he says about the allegations. He says every single allegation against him just isn't true. Boo, hoo, hoo.
Hey, everyone. It's Graham Platner here. I think as many of you know, over the past couple days, I have faced some very serious allegations, and I just want to make it clear. This is all false. The things that have been claimed did not happen. It's not real. It has placed an immense amount of weight on me as I think about what needs to happen now. Amy and I are regular people. We were not looking for this experience. We were not looking to get into politics. We had no desire to run for office. I just want you to think about what you would do as a regular person in a position where a much larger world, large forces were working against you personally to accuse you of the worst thing that a person could do, and it was not remotely true. I learned about this through press inquiries, with no time to truly respond, no time for investigations before a corporate media system and the political establishment got to act as judge, jury, and executioner. Accusations are supposed to be the beginning of things, not the end.
I don't know if you guys want to blow your tops off, but I do when I just heard what he just said. So what would you do if you were a regular person? Well, a regular person, I don't think, is on kick, married, newly married, in a towel. That is correct. That is him. That's not a false allegation. A person doesn't get a death camp guard Nazi tattoo on his body and have it there for 17 years and then think that we're all stupid, that he has no idea what he is. He thinks, it's Mickey Mouse or something? I mean, this guy must think we are all stupid. And then on the way out, he doesn't even have the dignity to say that, boy, I did things wrong. Boy, I'm really sorry for what I dragged my wife through and those women through and Maine through and America through. No. It's everyone else's fault. It's the corporate media's fault. It's the Democratic establishment's fault. He's the victim here. And I'm telling you, when I looked at his eyes tonight, I saw the same guy that some of these women were saying burst into their home. A defiant, nasty, mean, unforgivable, unrepentant, defiant man. And I am embarrassed that this was the new low in American politics, that this guy was ever picked. So I want to hear your calls tonight. I'm done ranting here on the Rita Cosby Show. 1-800-848-9222. 1-800-848-9222. And as a woman, the fact that this guy was ever even considered to run, ever thought that he could run and his skeletons wouldn't come out. This is a message to all men. No means no. And if a woman says no, you better listen. This guy could get charged with rape. He is clearly, at minimum, a despicable, disgusting human being who thought he could get away with it and is still hoping he can right now. And I hope that the Maine Democratic Party, and I hope the Maine voters, and I hope the Maine DA all look into this. Because the statute of limitations against rape allegations, if they are true, is still in effect. And he has time that he could be seeing bars as opposed to Kleenexes.